At the risk of sounding repetitive, the train is leaving the station. Altcoins, in my opinion, are about to rip a lot higher over the next few weeks. And again, at this point, if you are not involved yet, really, this is really the last chance. Like, the train is literally about to leave the station. If you don't get in now and everything pumps 5x or 10x, at that point, when you actually want to get in, like most people always do, retail always tends to want to buy the top after everything's pumped, then that is exactly what you risk doing. The higher the markets go, the less upside there is, the more downside there is, and the higher the chances that you buy the top, the whole market crashes, and you lose 50 to 80% of all your money. So, if you're not yet involved, this video is perfectly for you, and you need to watch this right now. If you're new, welcome. My name is Dirk. Please subscribe to my channel on YouTube down below. Follow my page on Instagram if you're not yet doing so. And if you want to learn more about what I'm doing, if you want to get access to my VIP group with more than 2,600 members, if you want access to my own research, my updates, my daily market insights, trade ideas, all of that, it is covered in my VIP membership. The link is in the description down below. Come and join us. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee. It's basically the best thing that I can offer you to help you have success navigating this bull cycle, teach you about trading, investing, when I'm getting in, when I'm getting out. All of that is shared. But I'm closing the doors on April 8th, which is in less than a month from now, because exactly like I'm saying in this video, the prices are starting to move higher and higher and higher, and the higher it goes, the more risk there is and the less chance for profit. So come and join us if you're serious about making money with crypto this cycle. The link is in the description down below. So look, the best way to illustrate this is really just to run you through a bunch of charts and show you data, because that is really what I'm doing. That is how I'm getting all my predictions, what I'm basing my whole ideas off when I get in, when I get out. It's all based on charts, it's all based on data, and that is what I want to share with you so you can see it for yourself and not just take my word for it. You can go and verify all of this stuff yourself, because really it is data. Okay, it's not about opinions. It is not about whether I want Bitcoin to go to 500,000 or not. Of course, I would love that, but I don't really care about my opinion or anyone else's opinion. We look at the data. We look at if something is probable, if something is sustainable or not. Because having been in these markets since 2017 in the crypto markets, having seen this is now the third bull market cycle, and I believe that it's going to end exactly in the same way as the previous cycles. We get a huge boom, which we're in the middle of right now. We're in this bull market. Money flows in. We're in euphoria. Everything goes up. Everyone seems like a genius. Everyone's coin picks are doing well. But after this bull cycle is done, it's all going to come back down again. And the coins that you thought were so amazing in this bull market, they end up being absolute garbage, because a lot of these altcoins are absolute garbage, and over a long enough time period, they are probably all going to go to zero, right? So you don't want to hold these altcoins past bull market cycles. Now, Bitcoin, and maybe there's a few other coins, are a little bit of a different story because of their potential longevity. But the majority of altcoins, probably like 99.9% of all altcoins, keep in mind there's like more than 20,000 altcoins in existence, they're probably all going to end up at zero in a few years from now or a decade from now. Okay, so this is not something where you have a traditional type of mindset where time in the market is better than timing the market. Everything is about timing the market right now with crypto, with altcoins. And altcoins are in the process of leaving the station. Once they leave the station and it's a lot higher, then like I said, it becomes so much harder to choose where do you buy in, because everything is up 5 or 10x or more. And at that point, what is the upside potential? Far less than where it was before it took off. And the downside risk, like I said, is literally 99% in these bear markets. You can go and see. Take some of these previous altcoins, go and look what happened in the 2022 bear market to a ton of these altcoins. They're down in the 90%. Okay, and if you are buying in with size at the top, like a lot of people do, they buy in with 50K or 100K or even more than that, you know, obviously people who have this risk capital available. But still, if you're taking a 99% hit on 6 figures or 7 figures, that is not a pleasant thing to do. That is why I'm making these videos, and that is why I'm warning you about this. So look, a lot of this demand is coming absolutely from the Bitcoin spot ETFs. That is what is different this cycle. Obviously, we've never had ETFs approved. That only started in January this year. And you can see over here, the new ETFs have purchased almost 400,000 Bitcoin in less than 40 days. They're catching up to gold's ETFs for total assets with more than 50% as much as AUM in gold. Okay, so we have 54 billion for BTC, 96 billion for gold. This is obviously insane. We don't know how long this demand is going to go. You can say, yes, okay, gold has a $13 trillion market cap. Bitcoin is not even at 2 trillion, so there is still potential for a lot of upside. The question is really how much money continues to flow from these ETFs. Is this something that can continue for months, years? Is it really going to be the case that every American is going to add BTC in their 401k? Are pension funds going to buy it? Is there going to be more exposure to this? Or at some point, is this just a massive pump that is going to be followed by a massive crash once again? Now, obviously, the answer is we don't know at this point in time. But what we do know is that cycles remain the same. Market sentiment, market psychology. There's only so much that can happen. The markets can only go up for so long. There's only so much time that participants can get rich. And when we run out of new buyers and the smart money starts distributing and we get that rotation of capital, well, then we get the reversal. So you can see here another example of the amount of capital that is flowing in. The fiat is pouring in at a rate not seen since the 2021 bull market. So yes, capital is here. It's flowing in like crazy. We've obviously seen Bitcoin at the all-time highs before the halving. That is awesome. That is going perfectly according to plan. Now, I don't think we are at the top just yet, but we are starting to see signs of that euphoria, of that froth, and things could potentially change in the next 1 to 2 months very quickly, especially if we start to see let's just say we get a bit of a pump more in Bitcoin. We start to see Bitcoin go to $80,000 or $90,000. We see that rotation into altcoins like we saw in April of 2021. Whether that's going to be a local top followed by a larger pullback from May to July and then continuation later, that's possible. Or whether maybe it's a complete peak if the whole global financial system crashes, that's also something to see. But for now, my focus is here on the short term, on the next 1 to 2 months. If we get that continued upside, I'm going to say it's time to start getting cautious and potentially consider getting out somewhere towards the end of April or potentially even towards the end of May. It really depends on how the price action unfolds. But at least to be prepared for that, if things go absolutely nuts and we see a 10 or a 20x in the matter of the next 1 to 2 months, well, you want to start getting cautious at that point. So back in November last year, 28 November 2023, I released a 10 low cap gem report for my VIP members. One of the coins was Tsuka. And actually a couple weeks ago, you can see over here on Feb 10th, I made this video even on YouTube. So a couple months after I published it in the report. And when I made this video, I said, is Tsuka a 100x low cap gem? So at this point in time, it was still a $27 million market cap at 27 cents. Now at this point, it's already moved to being a $51 million market cap at 64. So that's already more than a double. That I actually gave you here on the channel also absolutely for free. Now most of these coins from the report that I made, they're all up 2x, some of them even 3x. Most coins over the past few months are already up that much. So that shows that this timing is super, super important because it makes such a difference whether you get in early or whether you get in once it's up 2 or 5 or 10x already, because then the upside becomes so much less. These ridiculous windfalls that you see people make through the crypto bull market, that comes from getting in early. It doesn't come from getting in at the top. Okay, so the sooner you act, the quicker it is. I want to show you some more charts to see how these things are looking and why I say the train is about to leave the station or in the process of leaving the station. And if you wait much longer, even a couple of weeks, even maybe a week or two, could already mean the difference between getting in now and having it be 2 or 3x higher and then having much less upside potential. So you can see over here, this is Tsuka, the coin that I just talked about over here. And you can see how quickly this moves from here, from Feb 24th, right? It's like 2 weeks ago. We're already up at 2x over here. But there are so many different coins here that I think still have a lot of potential for upside and that still haven't left the station yet. For example, Filecoin. You can see it's trading at $11.28. I actually shared a spot buy movement on this way lower. So we're up almost 2x on that already at this point. So again, that makes a huge difference and probably the reason why you want to join VIP. I share all of this stuff in real time. Click the link in the description down below if you want to join us. But look at this chart. Okay, look at the high where it was last cycle. $235. It had an insane pump. Now, I'm not sure it gets back there, but even if it gets back to 50% of the cycle, okay, 50% of the previous cycle highs, let's say $120. That is still a 10x on this coin right now. And if that happens, look how fast it happened last cycle. We went at the beginning of March 2021. Okay, the price was at $34. And by the end of March, so literally in 30 days, it went from $34 to $230. So that's why I'm saying if this cycle continues to repeat March, April 2021, which I think the cycle is potentially looking similar to 2021 in terms of price action. If this all explodes in the next 1 to 2 months, we could see massive gains in these altcoins in a very short period of time. And you can see once it starts to move, you don't have time to get in anymore. You wait a week, you wait 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, it went from 34 here to 110. Once you see it at 110, your upside is limited. Instead of it being, almost a 10x, it starts to cut down to like a 2x, right? So the same thing here. If you're looking at Filecoin here at $11, well, the upside to 120 is like a 10x. But if it runs up and you start looking at it at $100, what is the upside? Maybe even 2x. So that is, again, why I'm making these videos every day. I'm repeating myself over and over. I hope you don't get bored of it. If you're a new viewer, it is exactly for you. I'm trying to help you here because the way to make money from crypto is you want to buy low and you want to sell high. Most people do the opposite. Everything pumps. Everyone starts to get interested right over here. Okay, when everything is nuts, that is when everyone suddenly wakes up and magically finds a way to get interested in crypto, deposits money into their exchange, and starts betting on crypto because they think, oh, it's going to go up forever when it's at this point, when it is the absolute worst point. Okay, this is when you should be looking to exit. When everything goes parabolic like this is when you want to be cashing out and getting out of the markets. And then you can either short the market on the way down if you know how to do that, or if you want to learn how to do that, we do that inside VIP. And that's going to be the focus after the bull pump, to short everything on the way back down. Because look, it's all going to drop like 99%. Look how much this dropped in the last cycle. So after this peak, look how far it went down. It went down 98%. Okay, so you can make money on the downside, but you don't want to be the person who buys the top and holds all the way down and loses 98% of their capital. Okay, you want to be the person who buys early, like right over here. You want to make your 5 or 10 or 20x, whatever it's going to end up being. You want to get out of the markets towards the peak, and at that point you can attempt some shorts. Or you can just chill. You can let it drop all the way back down and wait 1 or 2 years or 3 years, whatever it's going to be, and accumulate somewhere at the bottom again after the cycle peak. But in my opinion, the strategy is just going to be, you want to get involved now before it pumps. Get out as close to the top as possible, or just when you're up significantly. It can be a 5x, it can be a 10x. Who cares? If you get out with life-changing gains, if it does another 10x, it doesn't matter. You have increased your capital by a ton. You have money available for new opportunities, and then you can short this on the way down. That's what I'm going to be looking to do inside VIP in the bear market. And this is just how these markets work. It happened in the first cycle in 2017. It happened in the second cycle in 2021. And I think that's going to be no different this time. So we don't know when things are going to pump. It's possible that this happens in the next 1 to 2 months, that we just see a huge pump and a huge flow of all that ETF money that's gone into Bitcoin, that people in Bitcoin start taking profits and start funneling it into altcoins. Because the whole theory behind this is, okay, Bitcoin is up to like $70,000 now. What is the potential upside? A 2x or a 3x? People who want to make ROI and who have risk capital available, they're not going to do this for a 2 or a 3x. Okay, they're looking for that 10x, 20x, 50x. And the way to do that is by having accumulated these altcoins. And then once these altcoins start to move, when we get the markup phase after the accumulation, and they can 10x the capital, and when the dumb money starts to come in right at the top, that's when they start to offload. They massively made hundreds of millions or billions of dollars. The smart money gets out, the dumb money, the retail, gets left holding the bag, and then we start the new bear market cycle. So whenever we're going to get that, personally, I think it's possible in the next 1 to 2 months, but time will tell. We adjust to the charts. We adjust to the market, however it's going to give it to us. But I want you to be prepared for if it happens. And you need to be positioned before it happens, because once it moves, you're not going to have time to react. And the higher it goes, you don't have time to buy in. And you're just going to be left, making bad decisions. So if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. Leave a comment if you have any questions. What do you think is going to happen? Personally, I think this is really the last chance to get involved with altcoins before the train really leaves the station. Once it leaves the station, it is too late to get involved. Buy low, sell high. You're going to have to take profits at some point because these markets, once the bull market is done, it's going to come all the way back down. Highly likely, all these altcoins are probably going to drop 80, 90, maybe even 99% from their peaks once again after the bull market. So timing matters. It is actually the most important thing here in crypto with these altcoins, and the timing is now. If you want access to what I'm doing, if you want to join my VIP, if you want to join my Discord and get access to me personally, my research, my updates, my trade ideas, and when I'm going to look to sell these markets, come and join me in VIP. The link is in the description down below. Come and join us. There's a 60-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. You can come and join, go through everything. If you're not happy, you can get a full refund within 60 days. But I am closing the doors April 8th because at that point, I believe it's just going to get too risky to get involved for new people, and I just don't want to take on new people as the prices get too high because there's no way I can really help. I can help now. That's why I'm making these videos. That's why I'm saying this over and over. So come and join us in VIP. Let me help you navigate these markets. Let's hopefully make big profits before the cycle is over, cash out, and then short things on the way down. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.